Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into this really fascinating story from our sources, 1 Samuel chapter 6. It's all about the return of the Ark of the Covenant to Israel after it was captured.
Right, captured by the Philistines in a disastrous battle for Israel.
Exactly. And our mission today is to understand this strange, almost scientific process the Philistines used to send it back. They set up this incredible test to figure out if this was all just, coincidence or the undeniable work of the Israelite God.
And you really have to start with the crisis context here. Israel had lost the Ark.
A national
It's
catastrophe.
a total spiritual catastrophe. The source is even given a name, Ichabod.
Ichabod, meaning the glory has departed.
Precisely. For Israel, God's presence was gone.
But the Philistines' big victory, it very quickly turns into a 7-month nightmare for them.
The Ark brings calamity, plagues, death. It moves through their major cities, Ashdod, Gath, Ekron, and just wreaks havoc.
So they're desperate. They had to get rid of this thing, but they're also terrified of making it worse if they handle it the wrong way.
Exactly. So they turn to their own experts, their priests and diviners, for guidance.
And what do they say?
They say, look, you can't just send it back empty-handed.
You need to send an offering.
A guilt offering, specifically. The idea was to appease the anger of this obviously powerful and very angry deity.
And the irony there is it's so rich. Israel had failed to worship properly, and now their captors are performing a sacrifice to the very God they'd neglected.
Completely. And the offering itself is, well, it's bizarre.
What did they come up with?
The sources specify they had to make 5 golden tumors and 5 golden mice.
Golden tumors.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that number, 5, is key. It represented the 5 lords of the 5 major Philistine cities, their pentapolis.
So it was an admission of guilt from their entire nation.
It was. They were acknowledging that the disaster, the disease, the agricultural ruin from the mice, that it had hit all of them.
But they didn't stop there, did they? This is the core of it for me. Why not just leave the offering at the border and get out of there?
Right.
Why this whole elaborate public test?
Because they needed proof. They were skeptical. They refused to just accept divine intervention blindly.
They wanted to rule out bad luck.
Exactly. So they designed this experiment with conditions that would make a natural, accidental return utterly impossible. It required 3 powerful, counterinstinctual things to happen.
Okay, let's break those down. What was the first condition?
First, the cart had to be pulled by 2 milk cows that had never been yoked or trained.
Untrained animals. They'd normally just panic or bolt or not move at all.
Right. Then the second condition, and this is the really stunning one, the cows were separated from their newborn calves.
Oh, that's just cruel.
It's a systematic violation of biology. Maternal instinct, especially for a milk cow with full udders, is the strongest drive there is. They even left the calves behind crying out.
So that was the ultimate test. If these untrained, grieving mother cows ignored their crying babies and walked a straight line to the Israelite territory of Beth Shemesh,
Then it would be undeniable. It would prove that some higher power was overriding nature itself.
so what happened?
The sources are very precise here. The cows took the direct path to Beth Shemesh.
And they just went?
Well, the text says they were lowing as they went, crying out in distress for their calves, but they did not turn aside, neither left nor right.
Incredible. And that was the proof the Philistines needed.
That was it. It sealed it for them.
Yeah.
This was the hand of God, not an accident.
So the Ark's return wasn't achieved by Israel's army, but by this undeniable supernatural act, proven by the actions of 2 distressed animals.
Yes. The restoration of God's presence happened entirely on God's own terms.
Which brings us to our final thought for you to take away. This whole story shows that those who are, let's say, held by God's hand must sometimes move forward on a path of duty, even while they're in pain. The cows went forward while crying. So the question for you to think about is, what does it mean for you to proceed down a difficult path? One that goes against your own natural instinct or your own sadness, but to just keep going without deviating.
It's that idea of steadfast movement, isn't it? Even when everything inside you is crying out to turn back.
Yeah, exactly. Powerful idea to sit with. And that's our deep dive for today.